Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. So here's a little update on the builder in the Deep Dark. It's getting... okay, I don't know where this chest came from. I guess it must have been like... Well, there must have been a dungeon, right? Like the moss stone and the spawner. I guess there's no way to pick up the loot from that, but I'm not too concerned about that. But in terms of, the ores, we're doing pretty good. 6k iron ore, almost 10k coal, 4k copper... like a couple hundred diamonds and emeralds. It's looking pretty good, but I mean, it's barely started, really, digging out. And, the thing is, it just doesn't have the power to, right? So this is chugging away as fast as it can, but we're just not producing enough power back home. So that's what I want to deal with right now. So I'm told, and I'm a little skeptical, but I'm told that a 15 by 15 farming patch will run... I think somebody even said it will run 4 diesel generators. That seems insane because I had like a 7 by 21, which is effectively, it's 3/4 of 15 by 15 approximately. Like it's a little less, but it didn't even come close. So I don't know. I'm finding it hard to believe, but we're gonna see what's up with it. So I went ahead and I reconfigured everything into what it's gonna need, right? And so here's our farming station. There we go. So auto crop farms. So I don't know exactly how this thing works. And actually, before I come down there, I'm gonna place this because you do need to put a capacitor first of all, which I think I need to go craft one. All right, and you also need you need the tools, right? So yeah, this is what I was thinking. So usually it's a hoe, but it looks like here it's going to want a matic, and that's because, it does take a hoe. Okay, I'm going to make a stone hoe, and we're not expecting it to be much of anything special. However, I'm going to make this because I don't know if it's lower durability, because in this mod pack, if you remember, 10 durability. They don't want you to use these hoes. They want you to use the Tinker's Matics, right? I don't know if that's going to carry over to this thing. I imagine it will. But we can see about that. So let's head on down there. Ooh. So I pre-planted this. I have half canola, half aubergines. It's exactly half and half in the patch, and then the farming station will just go in the center right here. So... before anything else here, I do want to put the fluid ducts and stuff in. Or not fluid ducts, item ducts. And that's what's going to take away the crops, right? There we go. And then the farming station will go on top. Well, you need to go there. Is that right? That's right? Yeah. And right there, right? There, okay. No capacitor. Throw that in, and we're going to have to power it. So if I put this in and then connect it up to power, which I hope I can do from the top here. I don't see why not. Is this too far? Nope, we're good. Is this currently working? No, the hoe broke immediately. Okay, so this is what I'm not sure about, is how are we going to automate? I mean, I guess it doesn't need to be fully automated, but like in some sense, it kind of does, right? Because, I could just make a really strong matic, couldn't I? Okay, well, let me at least go make one and get this started before anything else. All right. Well, I mean, I didn't even mean to do that. I made a wooden one. I know that's not going to last long, but look, it is getting stuff. So I guess I should put the seeds. So just for like consistency, right? These should go there, and then these should go there, and these should go there, and then I can lock those in, and then it'll replant, and then it'll break this. Because the issue is there's no way to automate Tinker's stuff, right? So what is the ideal thing to do here? Okay, so I completely forgot about you can make Tinker's tools unbreakable. So this is going to be a lot easier of a problem than I thought. If you make the entire thing out of prosperity, you get writable 2, which means you get 2 extra modifiers. That's 5 in total. Of course, speed or anything doesn't matter. We have 5 reinforcements, and we can use all 5 modifiers for that. And then we end up with... And, well, that just says reinforce. I guess I need to actually put it through 5 times. Tink, tink, tink. And unbreakable. So it's already unbreakable. I did it an extra time. Okay. There we go. So now we can throw this in and never have to worry about it again. No. Okay. There it is. There we go. Now this is really going to kick off, right? So hopefully this is going to work the way I want it to. And it's going to put items into there. So I guess currently it's not. Configure IO. Oh wait, no, they are. Output full. I need a faster servo for sure. Okay, let me go make an Enderium servo. Okay, so I said make, but I did just have one lying around. So I can put that back, and then I can put that there, and now ignore. So now it should be pulling everything out faster. And I'm not sure if it'll be able to keep up, but I imagine it will. So now what I'm wondering is, when is it going to start outputting the seeds? Because that's what I really need. And hopefully when it fills up with seeds, it'll do that. But I'll just leave it for now. That should be enough to keep up. Hopefully it is. Just in case it's not, just in case I have to get back down there. I'm just going to leave this little tunnel that I dug. But yeah, so these are all on calyx soil also, by the way, which are the version... It's the soil, the elemental soil from roots that grows plants faster. So this... Oh, and there go the seeds. Okay, so the output is full, and then the seeds come out. So that's excellent. I just need to wait and see where the bottleneck is here. And ideally, the bottleneck is, well, nowhere, I guess. But ideally, I just fill up the biodiesel, right? And then there is no bottleneck as long as I need to produce power, which currently I do. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of don't even buy it. I think somebody said that this will support 4 diesel generators, which just seems insane to me, but... I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it does seem like it's working pretty damn fast here. I mean, it's a pretty big farm, but just that's so big. Maybe these need some speed upgrades. I don't know. But I guess I'll just leave it for now and see where it is. Because if these drawers start to really fill up and you don't have full power, then that's an issue. But that's a good thing to get out of the way. I think that's a... really big upgrade. I know there's tons of quest rewards here that I didn't grab. Just getting some materials back mostly. Not going to complain about that. Where was that farming station? Here. 2 Z logic controllers. Okay. Now, what else are we doing today? So I have to be honest here. I was planning to build a second farming station to automate some food, but apparently there's like no need for that because with the liquid meat, you can just like stand in it and you just immediately get full saturation. So you could just carry around a bucket full of liquid meat and just be able to heal whenever you want. Oh, you don't even need to dig a hole because it spreads so slowly. That's amazing. Okay. That really, really trivializes food. That's really, that's really crazy. Holy shit. All right, so before we really move forward in the progression too much, what I really want to do is really, really crank up the automation because right now there's very little automation. You know, I can stick a chest full of iron ingots in here to make a bunch of steel and, you know, pre-make a bunch of this, but that's not like really, you know, that won't do for a lot of things. So one of the things that I'm going to need for that, well, there's a bunch of auto crafters in the mod pack, and I'm not sure what the difference is between most of them. But this formulaic assemblicator from Mechanism is used in the crafting recipes for, I think, all of them. So it's going to start off with this one, and I'll just make one right now, and let's just see how it works right off the bat. So let me throw it down next to a power cable somewhere here. Okay. Now, well, you disconnect. I don't want any weird stuff from that. Okay, so this looks pretty basic. I don't know why you would want to use the RF tools ones over... Oh, 8 recipes at once. Oh, you can do multi-stage crafting with these. I see. Okay. This is starting to make sense. Okay, but this just does 1 recipe, I assume, which is fine. So let's say, for example, I wanted to make... So if I want to automate these red alloy ingots, right? Then that is going to be iron and redstone. So iron, redstone, right? So I can just throw in the recipe for that. And can I do it in like this, or for this stuff? Yeah, I can do it like that. Very nice. And so that's a plus, so that's good. And then I could just throw in this stuff, and it, I assume, will make... Oh, the redstone goes in the power by default, and that's kind of funny. So I can't shift click that in for some reason, but... Craft single item, craft available items. Auto mode off. Huh? So I got 1. Fill empty grid. What the hell? Stock control off. Encode formula. Okay, I need to look into how this works. So what I was missing is that for this machine to automate it, you need to make a crafting formula. And that's an extra item that you need to make and throw in here. So this now, encode formula. So now this is crafting formula encoded. Now you can go auto mode on, and now it does what I would expect it to do. So that's really annoying. And we're definitely at the stage where we can make the more advanced ones, right? Yeah. So, just thinking about what the best way to do this is, right? So I want to automate, like, at least the machine frames. I want to automate these, if nothing else, right? So then how do I do that? Well, that's the question. I need to automate a machine that's actually going to craft these. So that can be a machine like this, and that's fine. We can use the one we already made. And then we need to automate RF powder, which is fine. I need to automate then bottles of enchanting. This is such a it's such a rabbit hole, right? But we're gonna get through it. So one thing that I think is going to be super necessary is, I just had it in my head. Yeah, okay. So wait, okay. GP powder. Okay. Glowstone dust and redstone dust I have. Crushed black quartz. Okay. I'll tell you what I need. I need a lot more fluix because I need AE2 to do a lot of this stuff. So let me make a bunch of fluix. Okay, I had a little bit of a think about it, and I realized I am going to make another farming station, rather, for cotton to make wool, because I'm going to need a lot of wool, because I'm going to need a lot of dense fluix cables, and I'll make them all smart cables too, because there's not much of a reason not to. But let me just go ahead and grab the stuff to make the other farming station, and also, I do have only 11 rosin with, like, what was that, like 8 stacks of birchwood? That's pretty awful. But I think you can make resin another way. You can make it with the arboreal extractor. I think it's a device from in thermal. It's from thermal, and it doesn't even take power. You just suck it straight out of a tree. That might be a better way to go for the rosin. But in any case, so I have that, and I'm gonna make some more coated clathrate with it because I need some of that. There we go. So you can wait in there. And take these out and these out. I got a bunch of the Divine RPG ores from the builder in the Deep Dark, so I'm not too worried about using this stuff. And then what else is it for the farming station? To the gears and another Franken zombie. I have another vial here. And bimetal gears. Okay, cool. Okay, now I don't think this farm has to be as fast as the other one. It's not time sensitive, and as a matter of fact, I'm just going to put a basic capacitor in. So that's probably going to be a lot slower, which is fine. I'm going to have to make another unbreakable pick, or matic, rather, which is going to be fine as well. But I'll just do this here. And then, so I think this is good. I think I may need a lot more, what is it, cotton, wool, specifically going forward. So having this nice store of it is going to be good. Because when I first realized I would need this, I considered like setting up a sheep farm, and then it's like, well, you know, what do I really want to do that for, right? I don't think it's really super necessary. And I'm considering as well just automatically crafting the cotton into wool before I put it in the storage system, but no, I really don't think that's worth it. So let me go ahead and make that other matic, and I'm going to have to make another set of reinforcements as well, but I've had those for ages, so they should be pretty easy to make. Why am I not seeing them? Yeah, just some obsidian and any cast. So making the cast is honestly going to be the most annoying part of that, but I can just go grab one that I don't really ever use. I need 5, I guess, but do I need 5? Yeah. Okay, so let me do that. All right, that should do it on the little cotton farm here. I have it hooked up to all that too. So there's that going in, and then I just need to hook it up to the power, and I hope this can reach from here. It looks like it will. Yeah, okay. So we're good. So now, assuming this is all going to work, and I don't see any reason it wouldn't, this is going to make cotton for us regularly, which is great because then we can get wool, which we're going to need a lot of in order to set up some more automation in the base. So right now, I have 267 cotton. So it's not too much, 9 per wool, so it's not a whole lot. And you do need a lot of wool for the dense Fluix cables. But one thing that's going to make this whole process a lot more convenient is an ME crafting terminal. So this is something that has been a little out of reach for a while because of the coded cloth rate, but now that we have this, this actually takes a couple of the estimation processors, right? So I need to grab the press. And again, really, you know, I should set up more inscribers for these, but, you know, not right now. Just like everything else, right? So it's going to take 2. So I can just go ahead and put in 1, 2, and this actually does take the full processor, so I'll turn the servo back on, and then we'll wait for that. And then the only thing else that I'm going to need is a calculation processor. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a stack of diamonds, or of course I used the freaking diamond one. Okay, so as soon as that... Oh, this isn't being powered anymore, right? Okay, let me power that. It's just one of those things that slipped by when I upgraded to HV, but now that should be good. Okay, and we should be... Yeah, so there we go. So those 2 should be done right now, and I can switch back in for that, and I can just make the whole stack of the diamond processors. Okay, and estimation, there we go with 2 of those. I just need to use one of these terminals. I'll use this one over there. I don't think I'll need too much for crafting on that one over there. This one, I could just upgrade both in the future, but not super necessary, I don't think. And the other ingredient here is just this auto crafting machine from Mechanism that I already made. I'm just going to use this one because I don't see this machine as being incredibly useful. So go ahead and grab that up from it in case I want to reuse. And grab all of these. Free up a little space. Oh, and I have to grab the terminal, of course. Did the terminal fall behind it? Are you kidding? I don't have it, right? It definitely fell behind there. Oh my god. Of course it would. There we go. Okay. And now we have a crafting terminal. Oh, there's a trophy for that. Nice. I mean, I wouldn't have really expected one. It doesn't seem like a super big deal. Big enough a deal for a trophy. Even a quest for this. Very cool. But yeah, look at this. So now we can just craft directly from in here, which is nice. I don't know if you can shift click in from JEI. So say if we wanted to make some wool. Oh, that's a rock wool. Okay. Can I shift click in? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you just put the pattern there and then it will pull from the system. So I want to sort by number of items. It will just pull from the system when you want to make those. So I had enough to make 48 wool. So I might as well just use them all right now to make this covered cable. Every 4 of those is going to make dense cable. And then all of that for 10 blocks of cable. Right? So really not a whole lot. And I want to run this. Really, I should want to run this like through my whole base. Like I could use P2P tunnels, but even then it might get a bit hectic with that. I don't know. So it's hard to say what I'm actually going to want to do here in the best case scenario. And then you can just turn those into smart cables pretty easily, which in my opinion is what you would want to do. So you can see the channels and stuff. No real reason not to, I think. They're pretty cheap. But yeah, with the wool automation, and I made a shitload of Fluix earlier, and I can continue to make that. We're going to want to get a lot more of this. Something else that we're going to need for this automation, to me, this is like a necessary part. It's an ME level emitter. So what this does is it'll emit a redstone signal based on how many of a certain item you have in your system. So say if we're auto crafting like steel casings, right? We can have the level emitter say only craft this if we don't have like a stack already, right? So I think that's going to be the way to go. Although as far as that even goes, do I even want to automate those? Because how am I going to automate the energized osmium? I guess I can just make a bunch of that. Oh, I don't know. It's also hard. Actually, speaking of which, it's been a little while. Let me see how the power situation is doing. All right, so both of the diesel generators are running, which is a good sign. I don't know how close we are to full on this. Not really close to full, but I mean, we are producing power. We're at a surplus, which is good because the builder is still running. I think what's, stymieing that right now is the power transfer rate of the RF power cells. So it's definitely not running as fast as it could, but it's running, and it's not running out of power, so that's good. This one's not backed up, so this one's probably not going to run constantly. It's probably going to run out in just a second here. Yeah. But then, see, I'm worried that this is running a little bit too slow for it as well. But it seems fine, though. This one should be pretty well backed up now. So I think as time goes on, this will be a little better. I could just put another one of these on or some more speed upgrades. Don't think it's really necessary right now. This is slightly annoying, I think, just because of the way that cotton works. You don't like pick it and replant it. You just like pick it off and then it grows back. You don't actually get seeds back, and you can't make seeds out of the cotton. So this just is always going to say no seeds, I guess, even though it's working fine. I'll get over it. Okay. What we have here is a situation that I would call not good. So while placing this Fluix cable here, I accidentally placed one down onto the HV wire relay. Now, when I connect these together, the cable just burns out immediately. Now, before I thought I was transferring too much power on it, but now I don't see how that could possibly be the case because it was just running a second ago. I don't know why this is happening. If I get rid of this one first, like maybe it's just drawing too much power at once. That makes a little sense, right? That makes a tiny bit of sense. Okay, and now, if I try and connect it, now it should just work, right? I don't see any reason this wouldn't work. Oh, this is becoming annoying. Okay. One more. No, this is what I just tried to do. It didn't really work. Okay, we got through. Okay, that works. So maybe I guess the order that you connect them in matters. I don't fully understand that, but that's fine. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now is I'm running this Fluix cable over, and just basically as a proof of concept, and also because it's just generally useful. I want to craft, using the level emitter, steel rods and steel plates. Those are two things that I need a ton of. You can never have enough, and I want to autocraft them, so I'm going to do that. The way that I'm going to do it is with level emitters with the metal press. The rod is actually the only way, or the metal press is the only way you can make the rods. I know there's a couple better way to make plates, like in thermal with the compactor, but for rods, it's just the metal presses, so there's no reason not to go ahead and use those. But yeah, let me just get the rest of this run over here and get the ingredients that I need. I actually completely forgot how nice the crafting terminal is. Like, you can just get everything you need. You're missing something. Oh, can I make that? Yes, I can. And then you can just make them with whatever's in the system. Really, really, really nice quality of life thing. And then you just do that. It's great. Okay, the way that you actually have to place these level emitters is a little weird. So if you placed, they have to be connected to a cable, but if you placed a cable here now, it would connect here and there would be no space left for the thing. So I'm going to get rid of that for now. But that there, the level emitter goes down off of that like that. And now you can put this cable here, and now it won't connect. And you can just throw the export bus on the end of that. And now I can set this up. This redstone signal can control this export bus once we get a redstone card in there. And that's how we're going to automate. Okay, so this is all hooked up now. And I'm not sure why these are lit up already because I haven't configured them for anything. But this is what I want them to do, right? So this is the plate making press. And so I want to emit the number of steel plates in the system. And emit when levels are above or equal to limit. So that's not what we want, because with the redstone card, we can make this active with signal. I think that's the best way of looking at it, right? Well, if I want to glance at this, yeah, I probably want the light to be on when it's working. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. So active with signal. And then for this, we want to give it a signal when levels are below the limit, right? And what this ends up doing is, depending on how you set it up, you may end up with a little bit of a surplus, right? Because say you want to make 128 of these, right? And you have 127 in the system. The machine is like, oh, okay, I better output one. But then before that one gets back into the system, it still hasn't read the new number because it's not in the system yet. So it outputs another one, right? So you end up with a few more. Usually that's not a problem. But if you're making something super expensive, this is not going to be the way to do it. But anyway, and then you just set this up to emit steel, and then it goes ahead and works. So this is going to go ahead and make that until 128 steel plates are in the system. And right now there's none because they're all in my inventory. So that'll just go on. So that's fine. And we could set this one up with rods the same way. I actually had to just make this rod myself because I didn't have any left. So this is a good time. Good time to do this. And then emit when below, and output steel ingots. Excellent. Okay. So now this is going to do exactly what I want. Now the metal presses are kind of slow. If I wanted them to be faster, I could just build some more, but I think I'm fine with this for now, considering how often these are actually going to be working. The one in the middle for the wires, I don't really see a need for a massive amount of wires. And actually, I'm actually just going to change this to 256 because I need a lot of plates and a lot of rods. So just having a reserve of that many, I think that's fine. I mean, steel is pretty easy to come by at this point. Now, I realize this Fluix wire is pretty ugly. That's not going to stay. I'm going to replace it. I want to run dense cable all the way along the base. I think that's going to be the best way to do it, but I don't have the dense cable right now. I just wanted to get something set up right off the bat. Now, I could use a similar thing for making steel ingots themselves, and I probably should do that, and will do that. Yeah. That seems like a good use of time, actually, yeah. Okay, so this is my input machine for iron, right? I can just throw some in now just to make sure everything is still working fine. And it's not, because these actually got switched around. I accidentally mined them up, so these got switched around. So this is infused on the front. Input. No, it still should. Wait. No, because this one isn't taking input on the left right now. That used to take input on the top. So there we go. And this doesn't have to take input on the side anymore. You are going to want to take input on the top. So that's how this should be working. And then that gets put back into the system. So we want our export bus there, and we want our level emitter, say here. Doesn't really matter where you put these things, but as long as they're kind of connected correctly. And then we can go ahead and hook this up to the system. Now I'm being cognizant of the channels here as well. Everything here takes a channel. So the buses and the level emitters, right? Oh, actually, no, that was right. My bad. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I want. And now, so you want to output... Oh, I barely missed it. Okay. I think you can do that with this, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now, as it is, this is just going to never stop doing that. But what I want it to do is do it based on redstone. So active with signal, and then you output the number of steel ingots, and I'm just going to go up to like 1024, right? Pretty high number. And then emit one level or below. So that should be on right now, and it should continue to put these out. It's pretty slow right now. I could put some speed upgrades in if I wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it for now. I haven't had that problem in a long time. Oh my god, there's more. Jesus, why now? Okay, there's one last thing that I want to do with the ME system before I sign off today. Already, look, over 2,000 wool or cotton, and that's not even going that fast. So, you know, it just kind of speaks volumes to how good this system is, right? I should have got the farming station set up long ago, but anyway, so there's a bunch of wool. So, right, so what I want to do, the bad thing about the builder, and this isn't really so much the case if I'm running it in the deep dark, but when I was running it here, it picked up a lot of, you know, underground biomes ores because it had silk touch, which is fine. Like they work fine, but like I need a way to easily process all of them without a bunch of manual labor. At least I would like to do that. So there is an item added by Extra Cells 2, which is like an add-on mod for AE2 that does exactly that. So it's called the Ore Dictionary Export Bus. And I just need a couple of these fuzzy cards in order to make it here. Ore Dictionary Export Bus. Now, I haven't actually used this, but I have to assume, based on the name, that I can output anything with a certain tag, which is pretty excellent here. So, Ore Dictionary Export Bus, right. So I don't know if I can use like wildcards in this, but let's just have a look at ore iron, right? So that's the tag we want, ore iron. So if I want to just do ore iron, save. Now that's really fast too. Oh my god. All the iron ore I have is going to be processed in here now, which is really, really good. I shouldn't have to tell you how good that is. And then when it runs out of the regular iron ore, it's going to start processing the underground biomes ones, I assume. I kind of wish it started with one of the underground biomes ones just so I could be sure. But I mean, you know, it's ore dictionary. This is the tag. I wonder if I could do like ore star and it would just do all the ores I have. I can see about that after, but like I wouldn't want all of them to go to the enricher and then the smelter anyway. But for now, yeah, this is a great way. You know, I'm just going to rack up the iron this way. That's all being stored in the drawer. That can save so much of it. The only thing that's missing from this setup for steel is really the carbon. I'm not automating this. I'm just kind of hoping that it's not going to run out, which I know it will. And the biggest reason I'm not doing that is because automating it with a fluid level emitter, or fluid with a level emitter, that would be the 9th channel on this line here that I don't currently have. So when I can get this upgraded to dense cable, I can start automating this stuff. And there's some like clever ways to kind of do that kind of thing too. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it, but until we get like the actual auto crafters, this is one of the best ways to do it, I think. And that's still going over there, as we can see. Very cool stuff. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good spot to wrap up. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.